G'day and welcome to Brekkie with the Guy Who Sews, is what I normally say, but we're out and about this morning, so in its place we've got a fun little show put in store for you. We are going to do a quick review of the 2024 State Fair of Virginia Quilt Show. We're going to show you some of my favorite quilts, why they're my favorites, and it's just going to be like a really quick trunk quilt show. So here we go. So let's start off with the little quilts because they're small and cute and my quilts among them. So here are, on the top row you'll see the doll quilt, and underneath it are some of the barn quilts, which is a category I have not entered, but I've been encouraged to do so, and I didn't quite have enough time to put one in this year, but I probably will next year because they're fun. I thought they would just be the standard barn quilts designs you see on barns throughout the US, but they actually have some really fun designs here. I was actually planning on doing cardinals for my design, but it looks like 2 or 3 people had that idea this year because it's the state bird of Virginia, so I might have to come up with something else for next year. Maybe a kangaroo, koala. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. Anyway, the doll quilts above them are absolutely stunning. First place, I just can't believe how small those pieces must be and how she got them all to fit perfectly. She very much deserves a blue ribbon. Second place, third place were all great. And then Becca and I both have wonderful green ribbons. You might see it behind me here, for an honorable mention. These next 2 quilts are in the modern quilt section, and this is second place and third place respectively. And then the ribbon on the left hand side, I didn't take a picture of it, but I'm almost certain it has something to do with long arming because that's a separate competition as well. This quilt on the left with all the little houses, which I love, I don't know what it is about these house blocks, but I just absolutely love them, is in a section for people 65 and over. I love that they have a seniors category for the quilt show here in Virginia. And then the one on the right is a wall hanging as well by Dr. Laura McCracken, who you may have seen earlier in the year in one of my investigating quilt sections. That's a lot of fun. This next photo has 3 different quilts, all with ribbons and all very much deserved. The one on the left is another seniors category who won blue ribbon along with a long arming award, and then the ones next to it are part of the wall hanging and art quilt category who got second place and honorable mention respectively. So which quilt won best in show? Well, this one right here, and it is beautifully quilted. I don't know how long it took this wonderful lady to quilt it all, but she did a phenomenal job, and it's very much deserved as the best in show. And here we have 2 Santa theme quilts. The one on the right got third place in the special occasion or holiday quilts, and I think this one turned out beautifully. I love the red, the black, and the white. Black's not usually a color I see in a holiday theme quilt, but I think they used it beautifully in this situation and did a really good job of it. The superintendent of the show told me at the very beginning that this was the biggest show they ever had, with over 180 quilts submitted for this show. So it was huge, and it was really hard to take it all in without spending hours and hours, which I would have been happy to do, but my family wanted to go see other stuff around the fair as well, which is totally understandable. You may have seen this quilt before here on the left. It's the Llama Llama Ding Dong. I showcased this one on one of my investigating quilts episodes, and her son actually reached out to me earlier in the week after seeing the video and told me the whole story behind it. Apparently him and his brother used to call each other Llama during high school, and it kind of stuck, and so she made a quilt for him. It was really fun seeing this quilt up hanging in the sky because at the quilt show that she entered it in previously, she didn't get any ribbons, but this time she picked up second place. So this kind of gives you hope, and is a great story to tell you that if you don't place at one show, enter it in another. You never know your luck. Different judge, different day, you may still get a great result. We have a couple more in the modern quilt section, and this was by a gentleman named Stephen Cook, and I love seeing this one here, especially the one on the left. This is one of the patterns by Elizabeth Hartman, and anytime I see one of those, it always makes me smile. And I think he did a really good job with his color selection there, and it's fun seeing more and more gentlemen entering the quilt show each and every year. And so this next section is fun. I've got 2 quilts here from the Blue Ribbon County Fair winner section, where you have to be a winner at a county fair in order to enter this section here. And it's fun seeing these quilts here along with the blue ribbons attached to them. These 2 are really, really neat. One's kind of smaller than the other, but I love both designs, and I think they were very much deserving of the blue ribbons at their respective county fair. I don't really have a county fair close to me. I think the closest one to me is about an hour away. Let me know if you've ever entered into your county fair, or if you have one even close to you. At this show, it's so easy to get overwhelmed and miss certain quilts. I've mistaken a photo of Becca's quilt somehow. I thought I did, but I guess I didn't hit the shutter, and it's just, I don't know, I get turned around in that place for some reason. Anyway, this is a great view of a lot of the different quilts on the show, and the one at the front is one of my favorites here because of all the bright colors here by Joanne Reynolds. She picked up a third place here along with another long-arming award. These two are in what is a new category to me, the other quilt, which is basically anything not specified in the other 22 classes. And these two are fun. I love the one with the cat, or is it the dog paws, on the left-hand side. And then the one on the right looks like a wonderful t-shirt quilt with some beautiful quilting on it. And so the one here in the center with all the bright colors and the black squares is probably one of my favorite quilts here in the entire show. And it's a blue ribbon county fair winner on this one as well. And I just think it is, yeah, bright color and right up my alley. One behind it with all the leaves is by Dr. Lola McCracken, who's the same lady that made the llama quilt we talked about just a little earlier. This one is a lot of fun and was entered into the Block of the Month or kit quilt, so I'm not sure which one it is. I'm guessing it's a kit because it looks like it may be like Judy Niemeyer quilt, but don't quote me on that because I could be wrong here. But I love all the bright colors here. It looks like it may be either a grunge or a batik. Let me know in the comments what you think it might be. Here are a few more from the same section, the Block of the Month or kit quilts, and these ones turned out really nicely. I love the one here with all the bright stars. There's another one that looks very similar to the Judy Niemeyer one I just showed you, well, the one I think is Judy Niemeyer one a few minutes ago. And then this one here as well, which it seems familiar to me for some reason, I'm not quite sure why. And then finally there's one here on the left with all the beautiful stuff here. It may be another Judy Niemeyer, or it might be something close to that, I'm really not sure. The one on the right here as well is one of my favorites. It reminds me of an old Tetris game, and it kind of looks like when I play, because I'm not very good at it for some reason. This one I recognize pretty well, at least the pattern. I haven't seen this particular quilt before, but I believe it's the butterfly pattern by Tula Pink, or she had a kit for it or something like that there. One of my friends, Courtney from Pieces, Love and Quilting, has made this in a series of purples in the past. It's a lot of fun. I'm not sure it's something I would make myself anytime soon, but I always love seeing this pattern. These two animal quilts are just fun. I especially love the one on the left because it has a sulphur-crested cockatoo, a kangaroo, a koala, and all other animals. And on the right we even got a couple of Australian animals on this one as well. These are both cute. This one here is just plain fun. It is one of the legit kits, but they have put their own spin on it as they've added a bunch of flying geese to it, and I think this just adds a wonderful effect to this. It makes it stand out and a little bit different to all the other legit kits out there. They did a fantastic job with this one. I cannot remember the name of this pattern, but it's one that I think I've seen before in the past, and it's a lot of fun, and I think she's done a really good job with the color selection and putting it all together, and the quilting just looks great on it as well. And we have another entrant from the Legit Kits family, and this one looks like, I believe it's Little Huda, and I really like the quilting on this. The color thread selection on this, it kind of really makes it look like a misty, foggy night here. I think it was a really cool effect that she did with this. There are many quilts in this show that were stunningly beautiful. I just did not have time to take individual photos of each and every one. So here's a quick couple of clips of some of the other quilts in the show. Well, that is it for my little review of the State Fair Virginia Quilt Show. I had a lot of fun showcasing these with you, and I would love to know in the comments which quilt out of all of these was your favorite, or which ones were your favorites if you can't just choose one. For me, it's hard. I've kind of given you some clues as to which one mine is, but if I had to pick only one, I think it would have to be this animal one right here with all the bright and beautiful animals. I'm not sure where the pattern came from, but if the opportunity presents itself, I may have to make one for myself one day down the road, but I have to get better at paper piecing first. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please hit that like button. It helps me immensely. Tell a friend. I always love hearing comments from my viewers. Hope you all have a great day. Happy Saturday. Go check out my friends who are having lives later on in the morning, including my friends Donnell, Katie, Tammy, Russ, Stephanie, and everybody else. Hope you all have a great day. Happy sewing, and we'll see you tomorrow morning for the podcast. Bye.